Hi Virgo, this is going to be a general reading for you for December 2018, or maybe energies that come before or slightly after. As you know, time is fluid. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We're going to do a Celtic cross this time, and I do already also have a specific love reading for you posted, so you can also look there before or after seeing this. And who knows what's going to come up, you know, in this one. We'll see. Let's see. All right, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you across the board. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool in reverse. So this may be a time period where you are playing it safe and maybe not making any rash movements. We are in the middle of a Mercury retrograde period for the better part of mid-December, now till mid-December, and, into another period following that where it ebbs out. So interesting in the sense of being a little bit cautionary from the standpoint of making any impulsive moves. That said, coming into the present moment, there are those of you that do want to act, that do have something that you're wanting to get the truth about, to cut through the mire, to cut through the bullshit over. Is there something that you want to get really clear about? Seeing that this definitely may be something that you've dealt with from the past, something that you are a bit truthfully kind of, I want to say, fed up with at this point, that you want some truth about. So you want to cut through, and interestingly, with the Fool in reverse, there's a counter energy here of kind of guarding you against maybe doing anything rash in order to do that. But you're embodying the energy of wanting to get to the truth, to get a victory of some sort. This could be in work. This could be in a relationship scenario. You're going to know where this resonates best with you, and we're going to uncover more as we go through the reading. Let me just see. Okay, so the obstacle or challenge that could be facing you right now, Virgo, is that with the Hermit in reverse, that you are currently, again, wanting to come out and be done kind of analyzing this, be out of your head on this, and actually maybe connect with others either in the workplace to uncover something that has happened. I got to be honest, right now I've got like a lot of swords and cups and only one pentacle, well, two pentacles. Okay, so there's a balance of elements here. Only there's no wands. So although there's some fiery energy around your swords, maybe there isn't really action and manifesting as much as there is in your head, strategizing and thinking about how you want to get to a truth and how you want to take action and you want to reconnect, to come back out of being in a quiet mode. I know many people were in a quiet mode this fall. Virgo, you were not an exception. So that's a challenge for you right now, maybe kind of knowing the line to draw, how far to go, where to step in, where not to step in. What's brought you to the current moment is Ace of Cups. So really, really, really beautiful energy that's brought you to the current moment. So you're thinking about emotion. You're thinking about manifesting something beautiful, something heartfelt, something soul-driven, something heartfelt, whether, again, it's at work, recent past, looking to build something with others, could be at work or in a team or in a project. So recent past, it's been fueled by passion and love of something. There could certainly be that there was a relationship in the mix. Let's see, I don't want to turn this automatically into a relationship reading, but let's just see what this is going to unfold with, and you can kind of tie this up the way you would want to. I'm going to jump to, what else is, embodying you right now. Virgo, and that is the King of Swords in reverse. So where you're at right now is being heavily impacted by this energy of abrupt, demanding, dictatorial cruelty. So either you're embodying an edge that's like this, Virgo, or you're just highly impacted by this energy person, boss, colleague, senior authority figure, could be a partner that represents this to you, air sign, most likely. But somebody who's been cruel to you, recently or currently, who's not treating you fairly, who creates kind of a power over sort of authority figure with you. And yet, interestingly enough, you're very forgiving, as often Virgos are, and you're coming from a place of, love and understanding and compassion. And yet, that's fueling a lot of what you're thinking about and feeling right now. But your ever present and energy right now has to do with understanding this King of Swords. You may be embittered by something you recently experienced. Okay. The recent past does have you trying to build something with others. It does have you trying to build something with others. In the most immediate future, however, we'll get to that in a second. What's on your mind is the Four of Cups. You definitely are being cautious and critical, and something is just not good enough for you right now, Virgo. That's not unusual sometimes with Virgos, we know. Very scrutinizing, but right now something is not good enough. At the heart of it, you want to come from a place of understanding and love. Something is not meeting your needs. You tried to build something in the past. Currently, you're dealing with this very tumultuous negative energy in the King of Swords reversed. And in the near future, you have a Page of Swords in reversed. So more negative swords energy. Unfortunately, Virgo, in the near future, you may be dealing with people in your friend group or at work that are a bit more negative or gossipy, or maybe even telling lies, maybe telling lies about you. You'll know if this is applying to you. Between the King of Swords in the reverse and the Page of Swords in the reverse, there could be just some bullshit that you're facing, unfortunately, that hasn't left your sphere yet. You were trying to build something. You're very aware of what you deserve. It's not good enough. And your current environment is one of considering, there's folks in your environment that also actually don't want to get weighed down by conflict. They want to move to smoother waters as well. And that's something that you're focused on in your environment, is getting out of the fray. You may be trying to decide who are the people you can align with that are good partners for you at work, or partnership for you in relationship, or the right family or friends to turn to right now. But you're coming out of a tumultuous time and maybe even anticipating more. So you're deciding really, look, who am I going to align with? That's what Virgo's doing. Who am I going to align with that can push me through to better times? Because I'm coming from a place of goodwill, and I want to keep that up. So discerning that's a discerning quality to me right now. Your hopes and fears. Star in reverse. So I think that your fear would be that it's going to take a while for you to see some healing and accomplish what you want to here, whatever the scenario is. Your fear would be that it's a while before you're able to heal over this. So I think that should be the emphasis of this reading for you, Virgo, is how can you flip that? How can you focus on the healing sooner than later? Potential outcome, if things stay the same, that doesn't mean you don't have free will, is some impatience. Again, concern that you're not healing fast enough. Some impatience over, what's happening and how it's going to progress. Definitely impatience. Excuse me, impatience. Let's take some clarifiers here. I want to really just clarify first why you're in the position of the Ace of Swords, Virgo. you're in the position of the Ace of Swords because there's an unhappiness going on in your relationships and family, maybe in the family unit, and there's a cycle that's not completing. So you have a desire to get to the truth and some impatience about getting to the truth about a family scenario or relationship scenario that is not coming to satisfactory conclusion. There's definitely some impatience with that. And yet you're coming from a place of love and compassion. So very interesting. Giving and compassion. You're giving and yet somebody's taking. You're giving in a situation that's unfair, but you're standing by your principles, Virgo, because you come from a place of doing the right thing. And despite this King of Swords in reverse energy, which nobody likes, I do not like this at all, and I know you don't, whatever you're most immediately experiencing, and this is a really angry, even in the upright, this guy in this deck, the Spellcaster's Tarot, he's just a really fierce King of Swords. In the reverse, he's like double trouble, and he's always double trouble in the reverse. So why are you directly in the energy of the King of Swords? Is that you? Is that another person? Just so embittered and emboldened to be rude or defensive or controlling, because you're actually relinquishing control. It's almost like you need to relinquish control to this crazy character. And you've stopped wanting to build. You've stopped wanting to build with that personality. In the past, you may have been okay with building and trying to see what could, become of this. In the current energy, it's not happening. There's not a reciprocity. There's not a give and take. There's not a good vibe in this work situation. It could very well be a work situation. Maybe there's a relationship through a work situation, somebody that's in an authority figure. But you are in your environment, the Six of Swords, to gain more stability, and yet questioning if you can walk away. You really want to gain stability. You really want to move into calmer waters, Virgo. You don't want to have to be searching endlessly. You want to kind of end the search. You want to come to your own. You want to just, you want to settle down and not keep searching. You don't want to be a nomad about this. You want to pull up stakes. You want stability. And yet the impatience in terms of the outcome could come up around the Fool in reverse, which is your underlying card, and the High Priestess in reverse. So not beginning fresh and not listening to your intuition, you might want to act impulsively. Okay, stuck in the past, not getting in touch with your intuition, you may want to act impulsively. But what's coming in around you is the Page of Swords in the reverse. So be aware that could be a situation that impacts you negatively because there's people talking smack maybe or gossiping. You're trying to connect, but there's an upheaval in a very core and deep-seated relationship for you. Or there may be a decision that you're really struggling with. So you tune into this with one more card here for a second. There's some people talking or gossiping or an untruth that has not come out. Despite your wanting to connect and to connect deeply with somebody or a partnership that you're hoping is going to yield to just true abundance and happiness on all fronts. There's a hope there for you, Virgo. There's a hope for the Ace of Cups. You're still hanging in there, and the Ace of Cups was at the root of your reading here. So you're hanging in there and hoping that in the near term you still can come from a place of compassion and hope and kind of bust through any of these negative energies around you. I actually feel like these negative energies are not as much from a person than from other people getting in your business. I think there just could be other people getting in your business. Could be for a lot of you. For a lot of you. And this hope to heal sooner than later is to get out of the sleepless nights, out of the anguish. Looks like you will be able to do that. And you'll come out of this feeling of anguish from being left out in the cold. And there's a glimmer of sunlight here for you too, Virgo. Even in the reverse, the sun in reverse is still a good card. So there's definitely some good qualities coming for you, and hang on to that there's a period of letting down whatever it is that's plaguing you out of this scenario. You're holding the higher ground. And for many of you Virgos, I think you're actually more evolved than maybe some of the characters that you might be dealing with. So, that's a nasty one, but hang in there, because you definitely have positive qualities. And I think that the Fool in reverse is just saying, be cautious. Don't do anything rash out of impatience. There's a lot of that around here. But, your goal in seeking love, stability, moving into more stable waters is a good one. And there's a good chance that you're going to get to do that. I just want to get one more on the sword that is embodying you right now. The cycle that maybe isn't closing, a little, this disruption that's happening right now. Yeah, it's kind of gotten as bad as it's going to get, Virgo. You're going to definitely come out of this period. You're definitely going to come out of this period. You may also be dealing with a King of Wands in the reverse. You may be dealing with a fire sign who's got a nasty king quality to him as well. So King of Swords, King of Wands in reverse. Definitely some masculine energy here that may not be too pleasant. Hang on to the hope. It looks like it could be a really actually promising period, if not by the end of December, perhaps like kind of end of December going into the new year. So good luck, and we'll see you here again soon. Let me know if this resonates. Please drop a comment, like, and whatever you feel like doing. And happy holidays. Thanks.